Content is really important, and not just for instructional design. Your content can decide whether a learner walks away from your lesson with the objective achieved, or whether they're just confused. So make sure to kiss your content. We're not telling you to make out with your computer. It just means to keep it simple, stupid. Or, if we want to be friendlier, keep it simple and straightforward. This has never been more important. We as humans want our information, and we want it fast. Keeping it simple makes it easier to digest, and less likely to forget. But how do we do this? It's really quite simple. Like anything, you need to know your audience. You might be an expert, or maybe you've done a lot of research, but they haven't. It's important to remember not to include complex terms like elaboration theory and criterion reference instruction, when your student just wants to know what the hell is all this instructional design about anyway. You shouldn't show off. We all want to show people what we know, but so what? It's not about what you know, it's about what you can teach. We could give you a history of instructional design, but instead, we're going to keep it relevant. Leave big words like phenomenography and acronyms like GOMS aside. They're scary and confusing, and who cares anyway? You just want the information, and you want it simple and fast. It's easy to fall into the trap of being too formal. Learning shouldn't be like reading a complex legal agreement, especially when it's between you and your computer. So why would we, as instructors, speak so formally? The best learning happens in relaxed environments, and in a language the learner is familiar with. It might take more words to explain, but it's easier to recall. Finally, let it flow. It's about making your content scannable. Don't let your learner suffer through thousands of words when a simple chart or infographic would work just as well. Videos and images might take longer to create, but they're easier to digest, and might actually inspire your viewer to learn more in any text that accompanies it. Sometimes, we just have to explain complex concepts. You can still keep it simple. Just make sure to cover the basics before moving on. You don't want to overwhelm your students. When that happens, they'll most likely switch off, and nobody wants that. So remember, keep it simple.